Hey everybody, I'm sitting here with Brian Chandler. He's an old friend of mine, and we've been camping in the wilds of British Columbia for a week, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm next door over there, and this is Brian and Amanda's Centurion Citation Class C motorhome. So I thought I'd ask a few questions of him because he's not doing it full time, are you?
No.
But he's a seasoned boondocker, among other things. And let's see what we got here. I had to make some questions up because it's our first interview. So well, tell me your story in a minute.
Okay, let's
what
go.
do you do for a living?
Well, I build boats. I used to build boats. It's ultralight skin-on frame boats.
With twigs and string, I hear.
Sticks and strings, exactly. I'm the one who put them up on the internet. And so when you see a skin boat, I guess it has something to do with me, although you're probably getting somebody else's website out of it, but I don't know if you want to put that out there. Yeah, no, we took this gadget here, this thing, and we spent 5 months in Mexico, and it was really nice. I'm cheap, and and I'm real miserly, so I do it as cheaply as I can, right?
Now, you told me a crazy story that most would find it hard to believe when the floods happened.
Oh yeah, this is cool. That thing had water, was underwater up to the top of those stripes painted on the side there. It was underwater. It was up to here on me.
And it's function. It's still working today.
It still works. I don't know why. I don't understand why.
But the funny part
is to just believe on something or other. I don't know.
But the funny part. Tell the funny part.
Well, I paddled my kayak into it. I paddled the kayak into it, and when I got out of the kayak, because I couldn't get it very far, right? It was just pointy and got the point. When I got out of the kayak, I had water up to the top of my boots, which I was wearing as well.
Now, I think the only problem that you haven't fixed yet, because you did replace the floor and stuff, I think, didn't you?
Well, the thing is that the flood eventually left, and it just all dried up, and I ended up having to change the computer in there. That's about the worst thing I had to do.
Yeah.
And that was about $1,000 or something, right? And I don't remember, but I think in order to get it back on the road again, I think I'm probably into it for about $1,500.
Well, that's good. But your batteries don't seem to be doing
the batteries croaked. The batteries are like 2 feet underwater. But a foot underwater.
So this is your first real trip since the flood?
No.
No?
The reason the batteries croaked is because when I took it back to when I went to the battery place. And because they're brand new batteries, right? Well, I knew they were a year old. I figured, well, maybe I'd be able to trade them in and get brand new ones because, they were under warranty, and so they got those stamps on them, right? And I took them there, and the guy said, no, they're fine. So I laughed at that. What, really? They were underwater and they're still fine. And then I said, well, can you, just make sure everything is set up properly, the batteries are properly hooked up. I want you to double check all this. They're hooked up, blah, 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 because they're also hooked up. They're mainly hooked up to the solar panels. I got 250 watts of solar panels up there, and it goes directly into the battery, right? I say, yeah, no problem. But he's a battery guy. He doesn't know squat about solar panels, right?
So many specialties.
So he didn't hook them up. So he didn't hook them up, and all this time I'm thinking, the batteries are dying, the batteries are dying. I don't care what the guy said, the batteries are dying, the batteries are dying. Well, sure enough, they died. And then the other day I went to the store to get new batteries, and I bought a gadget on Wish that that I managed to use finally, that said, eventually it just said replace battery. So I replaced one battery because I had two. And then I went to the store, and blah blah blah. The long and the short of it is that one battery was supposed to be good, and that's when I found out they were disconnected. So I connected that one.
So they've just been not used for a long time, and probably
And
that's what
died. I mean, they're deep cycle batteries, so you do have to charge them up sometimes. This is why I had the solar panels.
Yeah.
I figured when the thing sits for a year.
Yeah, you got a different setup than I do.
Yeah.
What's your craziest story while you're traveling? The craziest story besides the water.
Crazy stories. Well, there was one fun part in Mexico where we got pulled over for something or other, and some excuse like they were really trying to put the screw. All they wanted was money. A couple of cops. There was one cop, motorcycle cop in particular, and the other guy was sort of hanging out with him, and I think it was his first try. So,
it didn't work.
Well, no, it did work in the end. But the funny part is that I start because I speak Spanish, right? So, I pulled over and I'm nice to these guys, and they're nice back, and we're talking, and it's very very cordial sort of a situation. But in the end, you're supposed to give them a mordida, the bite, and anyhow, Amanda knows me well, right? She knows I'm excitable, and so she see me. She was sitting in the truck, and she sees me in front of the truck. She sees me gesticulating to these people all the time, and she thinks, "Oh my God, no, he's
gonna put us in jail." Well,
anyhow, it went on for about a half hour, and yes, I knew they were trying to get me, and they made up something, and I said, no, that's not right, and they said, yes, it is, and I said, no, it's not, and yes, it went back, and then I'll prove it to you, and so I did prove it to them, and I still ended up giving them $50, but I actually didn't mind giving them $50. Tell you the truth.
You were entertained by the conversation.
No, but it's not just that. I was nice to them all along. And I was entertained, and I didn't mind giving them the $50. It wasn't going to break me. But what I got out of it was two friends. Right? And I figured I'm better off to have two police men who are friends in Mexico than not have friends.
Yeah. The only thing I remember about Mexico were the machine guns, but that's another story. So what's your favorite camping spot? You're going to say the beach in Mexico with the marlin fishing.
Yeah. For me, it's obviously going to be the beach in Mexico.
I think this one
is. This is pretty good. This is fabulous.
We're out in the middle of nowhere, and we have showers and running toilets, and the sun has been perfect every day. So unbelievable.
A lot of mosquitoes.
A lot of mosquitoes.
So I'm going to go buy a bug zapper.
Buy two. I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Give us a couple of tips for RVers.
Well, honestly, I keep coming up with these hacks. Like I finally figured out how to make a washing machine, right? I'll tell you what, though. I tell you what's a really important hack for me right now is I've got a whole set of Ryobi tools, right? And next time I'm bringing my Ryobi tools with me because I've got a blower, I've got a vacuum cleaner, I've got a drill. I'm not going to bring the saw or the jigsaw or anything like that, but those three things I will bring. The blower because it really helps to keep that place clean. The vacuum cleaner because it really helps do the fine work on keeping it clean. And the drill because you need a drill because things fall apart all the time, right? But the thing is, I'm also bringing the battery charger.
Yeah, that'd be important.
No, because I've got a lot of batteries, right?
Yeah.
So I bring a battery. I've got a battery charger. It charges up, I think, 6 or 8 batteries within 15 minutes, which means it doesn't need a lot of 110. which means that
Get them all charged up first, but if you need them charged,
yeah,
you got to.
and that small inverter that I blew the other day, that like 450 watt inverter, will be hooked up to the batteries, the two new batteries that I'm getting. The inverter will be hooked up to that, and that will be giving me more than 110 all day long as the sun shines with my 250 watt panel.
Well, that's good.
And then those batteries will last days.
I mean, the thing I noticed about you is if I say, hey, do you have this? You have it. And I don't know where you put it, but you seem to have a knowledge of everything you need to make this camping thing work.
For general living and hacking, I'm pretty well I've pretty well got a good grip on it, you know. What I don't know anything about is mechanics. But let's face it, I'm not going to do mechanical work on that.
No.
I'm going to call BCAA or somebody. Or there's another one around here, the same thing.
Yeah. Anyway, I know you're packing up, you got to go, but I think we instilled the travel bug a little bit in you, huh? I mean, us being full-time, and you're starting to feel that. So thanks for sitting down with me, buddy, and we'll see you in a week or so.
That'd be very cool. It'd be great to see you guys when you show up. I don't even want to leave. I can go back.
He's got to pay his rent in the sticks and bricks that he lives in, so we'll see you later. Thanks again, everybody.
See ya.